Welcome to Nerd Shit. So, this is the premiere of my new series. It's called Nerd Shit. It's about nerd shit because I like nerdy shit. So, today's video is over Multiverse Theory because why not? See, my favorite thing about any sort of thing involving the universe is theoretical physics. That's like my absolute favorite thing. I love talking about it. And my second favorite thing is time travel, molecular density, and multiple universes. So the whole concept of multiverse theory is that there is our universe, and then there are several billions, thousands, infinite numbers of universes kind of sandwiched on top of ours. And any of these universes can be this very similar or completely different. Like one thing may have changed, one thing may have stayed the same. Or an incredibly drastic thing may have changed, like Trump being president. And other things may have stayed the same, like, I don't know, The Simpsons predicting that Trump would have been president. So, the whole concept of multiverse theory came around basically because scientists were like, yeah, we want to know whether we exist alone in the world. Now, for me, it makes complete and total sense that there are multiple universes, and we live inside one of them because there are also multiple dimensions. As we are currently aware of, we can only see up to the third. We actually don't have enough photoreceptors or cones, the little things in your eyes that make you be able to see stuff. So that's why we can't perceive anything past the third dimension, but scientists have confirmed that they've been able to send something into the fourth dimension. Of course, we can't see it, but we could see its two-dimensional shadow. Now, of course, if anybody wants to know about multiverse theory, then they're also going to want to know about the Hadron Super Collider. The Hadron Super Collider, it was built in it was planned to be built in like 1998 or something like that. I think that's when they started construction, and they finished construction in like 2008. So the Hadron Super Collider is actually a machine that smashes atoms together at like the atomic level, because they're atoms and that's what you do. And the whole point of it is to sort of rip a hole into the space-time continuum and reach a separate universe, or at least one that's close to ours. Now, recently, the Hadron Super Collider broke. I think it was a pin in the Hadron Super Collider fell out and caused the whole thing to shut down. Now, can't remember quite when that happened, but I know that it happened. There's like several articles on it. But my theory is when the Hadron Super Collider broke, that is when it ripped a hole in the space-time continuum and pushed our universe into a different universe, or sort of mushed two different universes together, or took a chunk of people and pushed them into an alternate universe. Now, the thing about alternate universes is we can only perceive them if they are in our same dimension, like field. So if we get pushed into the fourth dimension, we don't know. We can't see it. We can only see things in our dimension. So really, that's why I say it pushed us into an alternate universe that is in the same dimension. Now, that happening, theoretically, if that happened and the Hadron Super Collider caused that, then that would make all of the Mandela Effect real, or at least in a sense. The Mandela Effect is when a mass of people know something to be one thing, and suddenly, without any notice, it is changed. And one mass of people know it as the thing that it used to be, while another mass of people know it as the thing that it is now, and that it has always been that thing and that has never changed. One example is the Berenstain Bears. I personally know it as the Berenstain Bears. That was written on all the books. That's like what it was. That's what it was. Now it's the Berenstain Bears, and people are saying, oh, it was a typo or whatever. But when did that typo occur? And why are we just now seeing it? And then another one is how they spell Seth MacFarlane's name. Apparently his name is spelled Seth MacFarlane instead of Seth MacFarlane, which I'm pretty sure it's always been Seth MacFarlane, like MC, not MAC. Like, why would it change? Granted, that one doesn't hold very much water with me because people spell my name wrong all the time, and my name isn't even hard to spell wrong, so I can understand why people would screw up a Mook and a Mac name. It's like saying McDonald's is spelled McDonald's or MacDonald's, and now I can't remember which one it actually is. I always call it Mickey D's. So that is multiverse theory in relation to the Mandela Effect. In another form, if anybody knows, it's a drug. It's called MDMA, and it's straight up the chemical that makes you dream and have hallucinations in your dreams. So like all the pictures that you see, it's MDMA being released by your brain. It's also the thing that's released by your brain whenever you die. So your brain goes like crazy and you release MDMA, and that tends to be what people consider like them passing on. They're seeing family members gathering around them, or maybe they're seeing God or an angel or Satan, whatever. It doesn't really matter because it's a hallucination created by your brain, because your brain does that all the time. So people do drugs with MDMA. They have a concentrated form and use that as a hallucinogenic drug. And it's also been, not only has it been used for just recreational drugs, but it's also was used in MK Ultra alongside acid and stuff, and it was used for mind control. But there are a lot of theories out there that say that MDMA and even acid or shrooms or other hallucinogenic drugs can make you see or help you see into an alternate universe. See, I know a few people who have done some of these drugs, and they tell me their experiences, and some of them will say they see all of every molecule in everything. They see every molecule moving. They see the molecules in the air moving. They see the molecules in the wood or snow or stuff like that. And that's what they see when they tell you, oh, the trees are breathing, or stuff like that. That makes you sound crazy. It's not like the trees are actually got mouths and they're going no. hope that's not how trees breathe. They really need like an inhaler or something if that's how they breathe. Anyways, so same with MDM now. I don't know anybody who's tried MDM, but I have watched several documentaries on them. I'll link you guys to some documentaries that I've seen. MDM can make you hallucinate something kind of, a lot of people say the same thing. They say machine elves. Now, I'm not sure what that means. I personally, when I first thought of it, I was like, steampunk elves? Like, is that what you're talking about? No, it's like these psychedelic cogs and wheels that make the form of an elf or something like that, and apparently these machine elves move around and they like come towards you, or they like mess around with stuff even though like nothing is actually moving. So there are a lot of theories saying, well, at least this is my theory, that whenever your brain or your body is given an enhanced dosage of a chemical that you already create, then you unlock a sort of mechanism in your brain that can help you view a universe, or at least a dimension, that you normally wouldn't. So, I mean, technically it could be possible that we could see into the fourth dimension if we did enough drugs. Don't do drugs, kids. Stay in school. Don't do drugs. Be good. Guns are violence and kill, and be a good kid. So that is the extent of my video talking about multiverse theory and theories on Mandela Effect. Well, not really. I just kind of like got a little bit into it, and this is really just an introduction video. So links are in the description. Watch my next video right here. Subscribe. Oh my god, I gotta get used to this camera. It's awful. I don't know how to switch it like from being backwards to not being backwards. I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. So bye guys.